Hello, I'm back. It's 9:35 p.m. at night. I'm a little bit earlier than I had been. So I had a crazy afternoon, but like after the previous video, but I my headache. It took a while for my headache to go away, but like when I would get up, I would still like feel weak or not feeling good. Excuse me. So I well, since the previous video, I had not taken a nap, and I don't remember what time it was that I did the video, and I think it was 1 something when I got done the video. So, wait, no, it was like right after 1 o'clock. I think it was 11 something this morning that I started the video, and then like 11:45. Yeah. Excuse me. So somewhere around there. So I felt too sick and weak, and my head was hurting too bad. I started to try to get fully dressed and try to go and get me some lunch to eat. But I only ate once today. And so like after I did the video, I tried to go get me something to eat, and I just wasn't feeling good. So I tried to order something on Uber Eats, since I was, feeling too sick to go nearby and go to get something to eat. I was just feeling weak and not feeling good. So I ordered some spaghetti and meat sauce, and because I wanted some spaghetti and meat sauce or lasagna or something, but usually if the restaurant is closed, they would like blur, the restaurant out until it's time to open. So for some reason I tried to order from this restaurant because I wanted some yams really bad, not sweet potato fries, but I wanted some yams or sweet potatoes or whatever, candied yams or something. And come to find out, I was wondering why it said my order was unfulfilled. So then I looked at my bank account and realized that, no money was taken out. And so I Googled the restaurant, and come to find out the restaurant is closed, on weekends, Excuse me. So then I tried another place. I felt like, well, can't even get some yams or something like that. Cause I've been craving. That's what I've been craving lately. So I figured, well, maybe I should have, try to have some like sweet potato, something with sweet potato pie or something. Excuse me. So I really did not want fried chicken, but I ordered, some fried chicken with 2 sides, a slice of bread, and honey mustard sauce, and some a slice of sweet potato pie. And that was the last of my money. You know, excuse me, that was the last of my money. And the mac and cheese was really good, and I like the pork, the baked beans or pork and beans too. You know. So, what strange thing happened was I put in the order for the food, and it seemed like nobody was picking it up for a long time. For a very long time. And I was wondering what is going on. And so then somebody finally takes my order. I don't remember her name offhand. But it said she was on a bike. So like 20 minutes or so after she accepted, then after a while it said she was, I don't remember if it was 20 minutes, I don't remember, but at some time after she accepted, eventually it said that she was 5 minutes away. And it seemed like as if she stood still for like about a half hour. And then I tried to call her, she ignored my call. And so then, after that, then she started moving. But then, she didn't seem like she was progressing that much. And I think they were saying that she was supposed to be there by 3 o'clock. And then they said that she was delayed. And so, on that, I tried to contact customer service, and they gave me like the runaround. And so then after that, excuse me, after I contacted customer service, and you know, and then you know, I tried to call again, ignored again, and then excuse me, after a while, they said that my order was dropped off. I go peep outside, no food, nothing. I mean, I didn't say leave at the door. I said meet me at the door. And so, excuse me. And so, I called the front desk to see, cause they try to make it like it was already dropped off. And I called the front desk to see if they possibly dropped the food off over there, and the girl said no. And I also told her about how I told the housekeeper about the tub being stopped up, and the girl tried to blame me and try to make it like it was my fault that the tub was stopped up, and she tried to say she was gonna get somebody. She never got anybody. That's the one that's rude to me all the time and treat me like I'm a burden or a pest. And I kind of suspect that she's a perp too. With her being rude and treat me the way she treat me, I kind of think she's a narcissistic abuser as well. You know. Excuse me. So, but the other female is usually really, really nice, you know. So it's like nobody came to you know, drain out the tub, drain the water that's out, you know, in the tub. Nobody came to, you know, fix the problem, you know. But when I first came here this past week, when I came here, when she gave me the room that had like all the water leakage, she was trying to ignore me then. When I a few weeks ago, when I had the issue in one of the other rooms where the toilet leaked and it wasn't my fault, and excuse me, she kept on ignoring me, and then getting annoyed with me when I had to keep calling. And so, you know, but the owner had compensated me for one free night, and he had promised me that, but it took a hard fight for me to try to get him to fulfill his promise to give me a free night. And so, yeah, I'm menstruating, and I cannot get a shower because they didn't even come and fix the stopped up tub. Like, as I said, like, this is the only hotel where I take a shower and the drain is either stopped up or slowed with you know, trying to get the water to drain out of the tub. And other people have said that they had this problem also, you know. Excuse me. So then so yeah, it seemed like she was trying to blame me, you know. I took a shower like I normally do. I mean, why was I at another hotel showering just like I do? Nothing different. And you know, the water went out perfectly, you know. But every time I take a shower in this hotel, just about each and every time, the water is either goes down slowly or it won't go down at all. So back to the Uber Eats order. You know, I was feeling so bad I couldn't even leave. I mean, couldn't even leave the hotel room. I was feeling awful. Such a bad headache and everything, you know, unbearable. Excuse me, but I don't have the headache at the moment, like right now anymore, you know. So then, you know, I had, so then, you know, it was about 3:15 when she lied and said that the food was already there. And then I went to look outside. It was nobody there. And then I turned and looked to my left and looked to my right. Nobody outside. So then, excuse me. So then after that, you know, it seems like with that Masonic 33. You know, at precisely 3:30 or so, they knocked on the door, and I didn't know until I opened the door. I heard somebody knock on the door, and it was these two young boys walking away from from my room, and I looked down, and my food was on the ground, and I said, you know, y'all weren't supposed to you know, leave it at the door or put my stuff on the ground. Y'all was supposed to hand it to me. But, you know, I didn't realize until it dawned on me. It's like, wait a minute, those are two kids. And so then I heard, I didn't see any female, but I heard a lady say, what she said? And then laughing. You know, so one boy looked like he could have been 11 and the other boy looked like he was about 13. And then those two men that I was telling y'all about, one with the long dreads that looked at me like he wanted to fight me, and he stays right next door. And then the other friend lives like a few doors down. So the other friend was like using the hotel chair to sit outside, like right out, because they have like the balcony here. And he sat like right outside of his friend's room, which is right next to me. Excuse me. And He was purple with the red shirt and red shoes and like gray shorts. And he looked at me like I was really, 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 really crazy. You know, but I didn't even realize until after it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute, those are 2 kids. And I'm like, I thought that, you know, Uber said, like, how did these kids get here and deliver my food if the mother was on a bike, or it was supposedly a black female, you know, that was, you know, doing. I think that might be the first time I ever had a bike delivery, you know, but you know, it seemed like as if they were playing around and lollygagging. And I'm surprised my food was like, it wasn't hot, but I'm surprised it was still a decent temperature, you know. But if they would have been in a car and, you know, not wasted any time or anything like that, my food could have been like piping hot, you know. But, you know, I'm not against, you know, somebody delivering food on a bike, but don't gang stalk and play games and laugh at somebody. You know, when you originally was supposed to be here like before 3 o'clock or about 3 o'clock. So, and then, you know, so it's like when the Uber drivers or Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever, when they late with your stuff and or late with your ride and they ignore you, they be on some shady shit. You know. Excuse me. So, yeah, so, I mean, that was all I had the money for, and that was all I ate, was that one meal. And, one of the, debit card charges from a couple of days ago, it seems like they have not credited. I mean, they debited out of my account, and then it had not cleared with the restaurant. So then the bank erased it like as if the charge is not there. So, because it had been past 3 days. So I have to wait around and for the charge to come back. And after that, it looked like I would have like about $6 or $7. I mean, if that would have been cleared all the way, I would have had like $6 or $7 in my bank account right now and no cash. But you know, but then they will come back later on and take the funds out again. It's like they take out the funds, and if the restaurant doesn't clear it, then they put the funds back like as if nothing ever happened, and then they come back later on and take out the money again. And I hate that every transaction that I have with the you know, the transit bus, when I buy my bus passes on the app, it does that, you know, each and every time that if I order like a monthly pass for the bus, and then they will debit it out, and then 3 days will pass after it's a pending debit, and then it would give me my funds back, and then after a while take the money out. You know, after a couple of more days they will take the money out. You know, but I try to keep track to make sure that they don't overdraft, that my account wouldn't get overdrafted or anything like that, you know. So, so I discovered today that the fake Joseph Camus perp and the fake Darnell Williams perp, they're the same person. And the fake Darnell Williams perp, when I say that, well, the fake Darnell Williams perp did this or did that, and then he would be like, oh no, it was not Darnell Williams, it was Joseph Camus that did this. Or if I say the fake Joseph Camus perp did this and that, and then he said, oh no, it's not Joseph Camus, it's Darnell Williams. So the fake Joseph Camus perp, I showed in a community post that he made a fake bad review copied off of J. Demon Rotten shit, Jessica Ricketts Wholeness. He copied off of her with excuse me, writing fake bad review on me, and try to say don't rent hotel rooms to Candy Grand Prix, and look up her YouTube videos, and she makes me not want to stay at any motel in the United States or something like that. He said, you know. Excuse me. And but it's like, how did you illegally find out that I'm staying here? You know, and the fake Darnell Williams perp told me a couple of months ago or a few weeks ago, he said something about, oh, you're making it harder for us to find you. So they admit that they're stalking and tracking and you know, finding everywhere. You know, I changed my passwords. That do no good. Even other targeted individuals will say that they will change their passwords. It doesn't. That the perps will still be hacking and doing stuff. So, you know, people online, when I try to ask for help or advice about how they are, how are these perps able to do this, you know, and they falsely accuse me of being a dummy and knowing these online strangers personally. Like, they falsely assume that I know these people personally and have a friendship or relationship with them, and being stupid and retarded and willingly trusting them and giving them my passwords. And I'm like, y'all don't even know what's going on, and y'all just, you know, guessing what you think sounds logical to you, but it's not true. Your false assumption is not true at all. You know, and like when I question about why the third police officer's name was not written in the police report, they tell me that I'm the one who has something to hide, or that I'm lying, or that I'm not telling the whole story. Well, y'all internet strangers, I don't owe you an answer for anything anyway. Like, you don't have the authority to punish me, so what answer do I owe you to tell you the truth or anything? You know, I mean, and even that Leslie lady of the clerk of courts, she even told me that there are 3 body cams. But why is there 2? I'm questioning, why is there some shady stuff going on? But, you know, internet strangers falsely talking about, oh, I call bullshit. Or people who be like, oh, you're not telling the whole story, or there are holes in your story, or I call bullshit, or I smell a rat, and all kinds of stuff. Y'all got narcissistic personalities to be talking and thinking that way. Or to be falsely assuming the craziest or the stupidest about me. You know. So, excuse me, it really feels like as if everybody's against me, and it's like I feel all alone. I really do. And one of the last things I need to hear is to be told, just ignore it. You know, I'm like being emotionally eaten up and internally mentally suffering. You know, emotionally suffering. You know, real hard about what I'm going through. And it's like, well, I can't believe it was a month and a half ago that the arrest happened. You know, and excuse me, it's like I do believed that the officers violated my rights, my constitutional rights, and they gang stalked me, and they and what they did to me was abuse. It was abuse what they did to me. You know, oh, excuse me. So, and then for all the prosecutors and the fake public offender and all them telling me you're not going to win the case and stuff like that. Like, I never heard of a lawyer that sides with the prosecutors rather than the defendant. And then not even trying to hear my side of the story. Excuse me. So, the guy that did the video about police worship, and then that fake J.E. perp went to lie to him and talk about me harassing people and being a menace to Pensacola. You know, well, that guy that made it like he spoke out against police worship, he got, well, the fake, when I try to defend and explain myself, you know, he got hateful and turned against me and ignored me and listened to the fake J.E. perp's lies. So I feel like, well, you ain't got to worry about me no more, you know, and so I unsubscribed and blocked him. You know, it's like, well, he said that he was formerly homeless and made it like as if he's anti-New World Order. You know, and he was speaking against police worship and all that. And that was the only other video that I could find. You know, excuse me, about people idolizing and worshiping the police. So, I mean, for these devil worshiping, sex trafficking, gang stalkers to, like, every person you're in contact with, they feel the need to just maliciously lie to them and turn them against you and think it's funny. And try to force everybody to hate you. And I'm not even a celebrity or anybody that's important that you think that it's very important for you to, you know, coerce everybody to turn against me and hate me. You know, and I don't even bother you. I don't even harass you. I don't even and if I am harassing someone else, it ain't your business. You know, you're online on the internet or in a different city and state, you know. But defending myself and standing up to gang stalkers, you know, they will lie and say that we're the ones harassing them. You know, that we're the ones harassing the people who are covertly stalking us. But that's the narcissistic gang stalking and manipulation and mind games for them to lie and say that the target is the one that's doing the harassment and targeting. You know, like, excuse me, and they had this fake T.I. perp that's one of the popular fakes. At Enough493 on YouTube. And when they had that perp at downtown New Orleans, right by the aquarium that day, and I kind of just came back to New Orleans, and I think it was still in October, or was it November? And the lady was perping me and mocking me and everything. And so I filmed evidence and documenting her harassing me. And she put on a fake scene and actually called the police on me and, you know, lied and said that she put on a fake scene or whatever, and then lied and said that, oh, why are you targeting me? When, you know, she was the one who was, her and her family, and she was even using her underage kids to perp me and mock me and you know, perping with all the colors and stuff. And it's like, how can you claim to be a targeted individual and you don't even recognize the tactics happening to me? And then you betray and turn against me and lie and say I'm not targeted. But then you got that Masonic red hair and your hair covered over with one eye while you're pretending to be like you're still Christian and targeted. But all you do is fraudulently and illegally driving your brand new pretty Tesla all day, talking about how great God is. That's a lot of the narcissistic control, popular fake TI perps. You know, the control freak, narcissistic, popular fake TI perps that lie and say that they're God's chosen elect and chosen ones and 144,000. You know, excuse me. So, you know, they got people who claim that they're targeted individuals and they walk around with that one eye symbolism or Masonic red hair, or claim that they're targeted and chosen, but they're vocal and outspoken about how much of a witch they are. You know, and people still support them. Excuse me. It looks like somebody has like a troll account that made a fake comment on one of my YouTube posts or whatever. I just got the notification. So I had gotten comfortable up in here, and I'm not ready to have to go back out on the streets tomorrow. Well, only $6. I don't have any cash at all. But I don't know if I have between 6 and after the other payment will clear, then, you know, I don't know if I will have $6 or $7 left. And I hate to not be able to get to take a shower tonight or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, if they can get it fixed, and then after that, then I can take a shower before leaving. But I was trying to get help with more hotel nights. And for the past week or so, the past few days, I try to pick back up the courage to try to look for more jobs again. But still can't find anything. Excuse me, I still can't really find anything. So I did not realize that dishwashing job was like a male-dominated profession, and that it's like it seemed like I'd be the only female, but I see women and men doing janitorial, but you know, I can't really do the janitorial job really because you know, I mean the dishwashing jobs I hadn't been hired for a long time, but the janitorial jobs I can't even do anymore because, like, if I try to bend down and they squeeze my organs when I'm trying to do my job and clean up, I can't even work janitorial jobs anymore. I can't even work janitorial jobs anymore. And then if that's the case, then, you know, what sweeping and mopping and bending down with the dishwashing job, I don't even think that I can do that anymore because of the same reason. So I don't even know what other job opportunities I can look for. But, you know, the IRS and the Social Security Administration consider my writing and my ebooks and short stories to be self-employed. But excuse me, I was told that I got only $51 off of all of my ebook sales of all of last year. $51. In the gang stalking network, the gang stalkers feel threatened by that. It's not much money at all. $51, that's not even enough for a hotel night. But I made that in a year from my ebooks. So, you know, the fake Darnell Williams perp threatened me to have me in jail if I were to panhandle on the streets. But yet he's committing all kinds of internet crimes, internet felonies. That you know, even if I pay for my own hotel room with work paychecks or Social Security or whatever, even when I do pay for the room on my own, they still want to publicize what hotel I'm staying in. And it's like, I don't even know how they're able to track and find me. But excuse me, that abusive narcissistic fake perp at the cell phone place back in November, she was a shady perp. You know, I've tried switching my phone number. Oh, they still you know, I could switch whatever, phone number, passwords. They still got me everywhere I go. And even narcissistic control freak fake TI perps that think that's know-it-all narcissists, like that fake ass GS Sanctuary perp that falsely glorifies himself as TI Sanctuary. He falsely assumed that, oh, that's because you never change your passwords. You just automatically assume, you know. So it's like, I hate when know-it-all narcissists, they falsely assume the worst about you, and they want to try to manipulate for you to feel stupid and feel super ashamed about what they falsely assumed about you, rather than what might be you know, they refuse to hear the truth. They got their own fake narrative, and that's how the smear campaigns start. That they spreading lies about what they falsely assume about you. You know, like for me to have my headache this morning, you know, if I might be like, you know, for me to talk about my headache or whatever, and if a know-it-all narcissist might be like, you know, oh, that's because you had the room too hot. Turn down the heater or whatever. You know, and I'm like, well, the room was cool. You know, and then they will still brick wall you and feel like nothing you say is relevant, and everything you say is crazy talk, and you need to be muted and canceled. And even after you told them the truth, they will brick wall you and still go spread the same lie about what they think is going on with you. You know. But so like, if you tell the truth about something, and you know, it's like the narcissist wants the story, the narrative, to make sure that you're not innocent because they don't like you. So when you mention a story in a way that where you look innocent and the other person is guilty or did you dirty, they will say that they don't believe you, or that they don't believe it, because whatever story that makes the victim look like the villain, then that's the story that they're going to go with. Or they just add in their own false details. And even in excuse me, like, you can have moments where the chief narc will force you to take psych medication in front of their face every day, right? And then they just, like, they force you to take medicine in front of their face every single day, like morning, noon, and night. You got to take the pill 3 times a day. And then they would go and lie to people and say, yeah, because Candy, she ain't been taking her medicine. And I'm like, well, even if I was, like, taking the medication loyally or faithfully, you still lie and say that I have not been taking my medication. You know, or, you know, if, like, so if like, if I've been eating, like, just like with that narcissistic fake Uber driver that I had to cut her off, and she claimed to be a female pastor or whatever, and she tried to take me to that housing. Well, in that case, I wonder how did she know that I didn't drink enough water? But she made this false assumption that I never drink enough water. But it was just those couple of days that I haven't drinking enough water. But my legs started cramping, and she yelled at me like she got too comfortable with me too fast. And talking about wanting to represent me in the court and all that. Like, wait a minute, lady. I just met you. I don't even know you. You know? And then come to find out the people she associated with, and the house, that shelter that she tried to take me to, I wouldn't have lasted there anyway. They're obvious perps. And the bitch took my fucking phone number down. Like, damn. So I blocked her number. I blocked her phone number, you know. So, but she yelled at me from the top of her lungs, like, that's because you haven't been drinking enough water. No, she said, that's because you don't drink water. Or something like that. She said, that's because you don't drink water. You know, excuse me. They're making my nose itch. So, so she yelled at me like a know-it-all narcissist and tried to talk about, oh, that's because you don't drink water. Well, you don't even know me. It was my first and probably only time in my life ever meeting you. You know. But in some other instances, you know, oh, like Mark, where he one time when I told him, you know, I told him about my being diagnosed with lupus, and he was like, oh, that's because you ain't been walking. All that weight I lost and all that walking that I had been doing when I was living in Denton, Texas. And so he related back to the biological mom, Frances. I told her about my lupus. And it was like 2011. And she's like, well, that's because you don't exercise. You heard me? Yeah, she got that false information from him. Oh, that's because you ain't been walking. And so, like, they will be gossip, like, people with narcissistic personalities, they'll be gossiping behind your back about their false assumptions about you that make you seem really, 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 really crazy and nonsensical, you know, to make everybody hate you, you know. So, I've dealt with religious narcs that if I go through a problem, you know, and they'll be like, that's because you haven't been reading the Bible, or that's because you haven't been praying. And it's like, a lot of the times it'd be like when I have been reading the Bible and praying faithfully. And then it make me, you know, backslide or feel extremely discouraged. You know, it seems like to try to connect with other people that say that they're Christians It's like they're abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean for no reason at all. And they're extremely, like, venomous. There's no softness, no mercy, no compassion with people. Like, especially Americans, everybody's abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean, and self-righteous, and uptight about everything. There's nobody that's, like, humble and gentle that you can find. Everybody's so short-fused and intolerant and impatient, you know. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go for now. It's 10:20 at night. But I guess it's a good idea for me to try to go to bed earlier tonight. I feel so bad because I got comfortable here. The only problem right now is the water won't drain out of bathtub, and now it's been like attracting red and black gnats, and I've been seen some like black mosquitoes and gnats and red gnats. It's like the gnats look like a reddish brown color, you know. But I've been having difficulty every day fighting to survive, and suffering depression and feeling fearful every day about, you know, not being able to survive. So I mean, I don't even, like, if nobody gave me any donations, and I hate to have to ask for help. I only ask for help when I need it. You know, like when I had the funds, like by the 3rd of the month through like at least the 8th, I was good and did not need the help. But then after that, my funds started to get low, and you know, but it's like I can't even have permanent housing anymore because they will gang stalk me out of the house. And look what they're doing to me with the hotels. When I was staying at the cabin, they were trying to find ways to have me wrongfully banned and evicted from the cabins. You know, and the online and in-person stalkers, you know, got me wrongfully banned from the airport, the hotels, you know, certain hotels and motels and restaurants, and they think that ruining lives is funny. But the fake Darnell Williams perp is definitely a criminal, you know, and these fake satanic online traffickers, you know, they treat me like as if, you know, like as if I'm a child that has to earn a privilege to have a snack. Like as if I have to earn a privilege to have a snack. I mean, earn the privilege to have a snack. That's how they treat me with this hotel rooms. But they're coercing me to be homeless, sabotaging every opportunity to make money on my own, even, you know, the legal way, regular employment, and even self-employment. They sabotage it all because they feel like they can try to bet on my soul and try to beat me into submission, that they could, you know, try to traffic somebody. And they really think that I'm supposed to sell out for free. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't hear much stories about gang stalkers getting killed. But I heard that police snitches or police confidential informants, some people say that's all the same. I heard that the police confidential informants, I heard that they don't get to live long and they end up getting killed. You know, Um, but gang stalkers, I guess it's more clandestine, you know, or more secretive. But I heard that it's all the same, you know. And with Alex Dupree telling me the police got me under surveillance, you know, and like the most recent was the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's gang stalking in Gretna, and I showed y'all the evidence of that. But not many people looked at that video though. When I had to go to downtown Gretna, you know, to try to get the information for the body cam footage and all that, you know. So, like when for those of y'all who don't know, like when I got hired for the airport job, the online stalkers lied to the airport and you know, I was wrongfully banned from the airport the day before the job was supposed to start, because they contacted the airport and lied on me. And that fake Reed person was gullible enough to believe their lies, and he was a narcissistic abuser, you know, who had his mind made up. Excuse me. So I mean, like, and then the in-person gang stalking co-workers, they made me feel unsafe and bullied me and gang stalked me off the job, and I got wrongfully arrested 4 days later. Excuse me. So, but the online stalkers were illegally found out that, excuse me, about me working at Piccadilly, and then they were conspiring with my twin sister to have me, you know, bragging about calling up Piccadilly and contacting the managers and everybody. So it's like, no wonder why the coworkers were all acting strange and stuff like that, you know. I don't know, it seemed like me fighting to survive, it seems hopeless. And there's no compassion, nobody willing to have the patience to listen to me. Nobody believes me about what I'm going through. And then they falsely making it like as if I am a criminal or somebody that's shady or on some sneaky shit. And, you know, society wants to cancel the so-called crazy person, you know. So, but if y'all can, you know, I have been looking for jobs and can't find anything, but if y'all can, you know, all I have in the bank is $6 and no cash, and, you know, I wish I could have help with more hotel nights and help with food and stuff like that. The gang stalked me out of every place I try to live at, and I can't even have permanent housing.